Oh, hi. You caught me in my daily transcendental meditation. Just give me 1 second, I'll be right back with you. Today's film is Myra Breckinridge, another studio-backed counterculture film that was, needless to say, a pretty big flop. 1970s, Myra Breckinridge. Myra Breckinridge. What's the easiest way to describe this film? Well, how about like this? A man gets a sex change operation, goes to her uncle's acting school to collect money, becomes a teacher, anally rapes a student with a dildo, and then gets hit by a car and killed, only to wake up to realize it's a dream. Well, that's it for today's episode. See you later. So this movie is basically the product of a few people trying to make a different movie all at once. You've got Myron is played by the film critic Rex Reed. Myra's played by Raquel Welch. You've got John Huston playing Uncle Buck, and for some reason, after almost 30 years of retirement, Mae West is in this movie. The director Michael Sarn had only directed one movie beforehand, and he was essentially thrown out of Hollywood as a result of making this movie. It was also based on a book by Gore Vidal, who ended up distancing himself from the project. Tensions were high during the making of the film, almost as high as the director. Mae West and Raquel Welch never actually appear on screen at the same time in the same frame, because Mae West requested against this. Certain days, actors wouldn't even show up and scenes had to be improvised. And when scenes were shot, they were all varying tone that it just throws off the tone of the entire movie. So let's start with some nice things to say about Myra Breckinridge before we get into the negative. Hold on, no, I'll think of something. Underneath all the muck, you have a juxtaposition between classic Hollywood era and what was then present day. And this is done quite literally in a lot of moments of the film, because you have actual old clips from movies from the 30s and 40s, such as Laurel and Hardy and Shirley Temple, but they're put into the movie to make a statement. What exactly the statement is, it's usually cheap sex jokes. Dare I say it? Raquel Welch's performance is actually pretty good, not bad. I mean, she seems pretty committed to the role, and having Rex Reed as her male alter ego in the background watching over her for much of the film is a nice touch. Apart from that, this is pretty much a stinker. Every Mae West scene to me is unwatchable and mostly consists of her hitting on young men. Well, Miss West, I'm 6'5". Well now, let's not talk about the 6 feet, let's talk about the 5 inches. The overall movie gives off feelings of the conditions under which the movie was made, which was pretty much haphazardly filming whatever scenes you could. Even though the movie's of normal length, it feels like it goes on forever. There's shots and sometimes whole scenes that seem to be there just for shock value. For example, the naked party sequence. The ending's a pretty big cop-out considering all the disturbing things we've seen. Myra Breckinridge has ended up on many worst movies ever lists, as it should. It's a horrible movie. And yet, there's something so soul-crushing about it that you can't look away. It's like watching your own house burn down. So in conclusion, I'm going to give this movie 2 out of 10. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to achieving inner enlightenment. Catch you next time. Stay sexy, folks.